Hello strangers, how we doing, cupcakes? Welcome back to Twisted Koi. Yes, I know, it's an absolutely fucking glorious day. It's really warm and you're thinking, why the fuck are you wearing a woolly hat? Because my do looks like that. So, now this is going to be fun trying to get back on while I've got one hand. So yeah, up to all sorts at the moment. There's been lots of changes, and once we get out the back, it will make a lot more sense. Yeah. You'll see when we go out the back. I will just go to prove that there's only so many times you can recycle bits of wood. Yeah, we'll leave it there till we get out the back. But I'll spin you around and we'll go through what's happened in the front, and then we'll go through and you'll see the chaos that is. So on that note, I'm going to spin you around and we'll go from there. Well, as you can see, there is no pool. Well, the pool was up just over a week and decided to tear in two places on the outside of two rings and in one place on the inside. So that drained down pretty darn quick, so we had to do some thinking. So yeah, Operation Koi Pond is on hold until next year. Whilst going up onto my seat to do the filter one day, the fucking, as you can see, the stepping stones sunk. And that's where I think the soil underneath has finally settled. So I've got that to redo. I've got the hexagon pond here now, and it's green just the way I want it. But what I want to do is I want to set up the pump with my homemade sieve thing there, just to get all the actual physical particles out of the water. I want it to stay green because there's plenty of natural life in there at the moment. So I want to get that clear of debris and shit in that respect. And then I'm thinking of just getting some fry and banging them in there with an air stone and seeing what happens. But when we come to the front pond, that is not running at the moment because it needs cleaning. But it's only there at this moment in time to pick up the large particles. They've all shot down the back because I'm walking about in the garden. These are the ones that came out of the growing on tank that I want to keep back for a little while. You've got a mixture there. You've got, well, in fact, you've got two of Susan's fish in there. She's got the kajaku, she's got a shisui in there. I've got 4 shiro in there. There's a couple of kitsuri in there. In fact, if I sit down, they might actually come out. One of the kitsuri in there is going to my mate Phil from Phil G's Koi Pond. I've also got the 2 in there that come from Leon from Budget Pond Keeping, the Deutsche Sorogoi and the Deutsche Chiba. And as we know, I do love a Deutsche Chiba. Not as much as I love my Utsuris, but I do love a Deutsche Chiba. So yeah, that's what we've got in there. We've got a couple of nice Asagis in there. There is a couple of platinums in there. There's a nice Deutsche Yamabuki in there. Oh, Susan's got a one-step Ginrin Kahaku. I think there's also a Ginrin Kajaku in there as well from the unselected fry we had last year. Well, in fact, all of the metallics apart from the Kajaku that I bought for Susan when I went to World of Water are from the New Forest fry that I had last year. But the pond, as you can see, is running too well, because as everyone knows, I wanted this as a green water pond for fry. But the problem is, this fucking lot are just working too fucking well. I mean, look at it. They haven't finished growing yet, and they're topping the fucking fence, and that's without all the stuff that's in between. got Dave, my man Dave from Koi Karma. He's coming round on Monday next week, I think, and he's dropping off his homemade shower because I'm going to replace that with that, because then that, once I've taken the media out and cleaned it up, we'll go down to my man Dear Pops' pond, and there we're going to go from there. But yeah, look at these. Oh, let me climb up here. Look at these flowers. I've already had one lily flower already. That lasted a couple of weeks, but yeah, they're going absolutely bonkers. But as you can see, the water is absolutely crystal clear. So, tell you what I'll do, Phil G. Wait till we finish the tour, and I'll put your kitsuri in the bowl so you can have a little peek. Also, ladies and gentlemen, it's our man Phil G's birthday tomorrow, if I'm not wrong. Tomorrow being Friday. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday or Saturday? I'm not sure. Well, if it's Friday today, tomorrow is Phil G's birthday. So, happy birthday for tomorrow, you all git. And I'll catch up with you soon. Right, that's about it for the front garden. As you can see, all the grass is down now. I've just got to sort out the edge there for the step. My acers are going absolutely bonkers, which is awesome. And Sue's alpines are starting to come to life and starting to spread over that new fresh soil, so we can get rid of that ugly looking clay. But this one goes apeshit every year. The amount of people we've given bits of this to is unbelievable. My hydrangea's doing well. I do know a few plants. I couldn't tell you what these ones are called, but that one comes out in a really nice flower. That green one at the back there just spreads. And my acers actually come back better this year, so yeah, I'm really happy with that. I should be able to take the wiring off of that next year and then do some more. Still got to get some slabs to finish off the barbecue area. I've still got to get 300 by 600 slabs to finish the step off there. Other than that, I'm really happy with the way the garden's looking. I mean, I know I've got to get the paintbrush out and I've got to finish that. In fact, I might be able to pick up a bag of mix tomorrow and get that in, because once we've got that in, we can then try and get it finished off. And then I've just got to sit down and do a load of painting around the old Coke bottles. So yeah, I'll pick you back up in a second. So here's the first to go out the front. Kitsuri. That's either going to be a lovely Harawaki or it's going to be a pretty Kajaku. My Kimonoru. 2 Deutsche Achievers from Leon at Budget Bond Keeping. And Susan Shasui. Do another clip in a second when they're in the daylight. And here they are in the light of day. Here's the next batch, 4 Shiro Atsuri, 4 Kaneko Shiro Atsuri, a Yamazaki Kitsuri, a New Forest Ginrin Platinum Ogon, and a New Forest Deutsch Ginrin Platinum Ogon, a Adam Bayer Koi Farm, 1 Step Kahaku Ginrin, and we've also got a nice Asagi there, really nice Asagi there. So oh, and this one, I don't know if it's going to be a Yamabuki, but it's more of like a peachy colour. So yeah, we'll see how that goes on for the minute. go. Here's a look at them in the bowl before they go in the bag. It's only a difference of a degree between growing on tank and front pond, so they won't be floating for long, just enough to acclimatise them. Real big hopes for these 4 Shirotsuri and the Kiyottsuri. The Kiyottsuri have done quite a bit of growing since they arrived in the old grown on tank. That Saggy's going to be pretty. Not going to be a massive grower, but that's going to be a stunning fish. Now, at the moment, this is the last of the ones to go out the front. Ginrin Lemon Harawaki, Kajaku, Platinum Ogon, Shisui, not quite sure yet, but I honestly think it's going to be a Deutsche Yamabuki. That's Phil G's Kiyottsuri. We've got a Deutsche Lemon Harawaki there as well. Well, when we come into the porch, we've got a fish tank that was given to me by my Marge for looking after me for fry. The unselected fry. Oh, fuck it, I'm going to take this out off. I'm getting too fucking hot. And when I emptied the growing on tank, as you can see, most of them are out there. This one, you couldn't see it from above, but it had knocked itself on both its sides, and it was pine coned underneath the belly. You see, just there. Well, I haven't actually physically touched that yet. All I did was I took the water out of the tow side tank, I chucked the heater in, and it's been sat at 27 degrees, and at the moment it's healing itself, so I don't want to stress it out by pulling it out and sedate it and stuff. And it is visibly getting smaller and smaller each day. What are you fucking shitting yourself for, you damn bitch? It was the door. Fucking dog. Oh, pup. What's the matter? Huh? What's the matter? But yeah, so this one will be going back out to the old tow side tank very shortly. Yeah, the big kiddies are doing really well. They're waiting for some food. I'm trying to get rid of this mix I've got here. It's a mix of Takazumi, JPD is it, and Quenicoi Tosai Grower. Well, the Quenicoi Tosai Grower I've found trashes my water, makes them have white shit, and yeah, it's not pretty. I mean, they seem to fucking love it, but I don't like the waste it produces. Here's my Issa shower from Mike at Koi Beginnings. And the lemon Harawaki is doing it really well now. Really well. Really pleased with that one. Same with the Kikikoryu as well. Down there. As you can see, I've got the dreaded blanket weed back, so I thought I'd do a little video of the pond before I wave goodbye to my fish for a couple of days. But yeah, they're doing all good. And you got these ones are hungry here. There's nothing in there yet, kiddies. Oh, bollocks, there goes my fucking lid. I'll leave that in the fucking sun now, and I don't know, Vincent. Dry your fingers. Yeah, as you can see, the guys in the tow side tank are looking for food. They know as soon as the skimmer goes off, that's what's coming. Hungry little buggers, isn't they? I'm going to turn the air pump off completely. Won't push it all down in that area then. And see, this is what I'm talking about. See all these white particles floating about in the water? That is from the quenny koi food. Yeah. Friend of ours, George, he's going to be having that big metallic one there and the big bronze one here next week, so they'll be gone. Now, I've still got to do some research, but what I have here is an Agragoke Shisui, and from what little information I found at the moment, it's a Deutsch scaled fish, but the scales, like you see, are big armoured scales. It's going to be a cracking fish. Well, that one there is now going to go into my main pond. That will go in today. So what I'll do, once I've got it in the bowl, I will do a little bit of video for you. That's one of the saggy from the Adam Beyer fry that I had last year. That's going to be a really pretty fish. The magoi is going to my man Skegster from Skegness Pond Supplies. Skeggy Pond is his YouTube channel. And the other, I don't know actually, Gary, Pond and Garden. Are you still wanting the other Shisui now that you're taking your pond apart, your second one? Because I know you said you've got a lot of fish in your main pond now. So yeah, I'll leave that one with you. Alright, so everything's doing tickety-boo there. Filters are running fine. My mind your own business is now starting to take off. I got a load of sphagnum moss from my mum's, and that's starting to take off now. And I was out and about the other day and I found some fern type plants that were growing out of a wall, so they've gone in as well and they're taking quite well. So yeah, hopefully by the end of summer, let me zoom that back out a bit. There we go. And me know want a donut from my daughter, bless her, love her to bits. Yep. And my plant, that's still doing well, Ads. That's Ads from Ads Koi. His wife brought that down with him when they came down to Koi Tuber Fest. Right, now let's get on to, oh no, there's one other thing I haven't shown you. Move the covers. Susan's put them in the wrong way, in the wrong place. Finally getting rid of the whacker this weekend as well, thank fuck for that. But I've made some more work on my little bowling area. So air pumps are all hooked in, but I've got to move this. I've got to add a bit of pipe actually, so I can bring it down across and over to here, because otherwise the pipe kinks and yeah, you know what I mean. I've got this to take off and that to take off that end, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the inside blue, and then I got loads of Perspex. Thank you very much, Dave Hodgson, much appreciated. And then I'm going to seal that inside there, and then put some measuring tapes top and side. Jobs are good. Of course, the bowls have always been there. And now, look at this. I've already taken 4 bags worth of fucking floor out. Yeah. Yeah. And because there's my soakaway sump. It's quite full at the moment because I've just finished doing a clean on the bottom drain easy pod and the Tempest, and I'm just waiting for the homemade easy pod to finish cleaning, and then that'll be the last, and then I can start working on this area. Now, why have I pulled it up? One, because I was starting to go through it in places, and 2, if I want to rebuild this, even if it's just taking the bottom out that's false in there, because originally there should have been another almost 2 foot on the bottom of that tank, but when the liner for it arrived, it wasn't until I opened it up and spread it out I found out it was too short, so I had to put a floor in and then use that liner because I had fry coming, and it's been like that for I think the last 3 years. So yeah, it's time for a refurb, I think. So the plan is to get the easy pod down and gravity feeding whatever it is I do there. Yeah, so the plan of attack is I'm going to move my homemade easy pod now I've got rid of all the expanding foam and sorry about that my boy just needed to spoik to me. Fucking hell, Vincent, keep your fucking teeth in. And I've got the UVs in, all plumbed in and up, so as you can see I've got like bullet holes in there where everything was. So the intention is, like I was saying, that 4-inch feed there feeds my skimmer, and I actually have to purge this a couple of times just to pull anything through it. Not that there's a lot left to pull through, because I am running, well, I was running 10,000 litres an hour through it, but I'm now running, at the moment, running the 8,500 litres an hour. But once I pick this up and move it over here, I will then be putting another 10,000 Veriflow pump on it. So if I move the homemade easy pod from there to there, it cuts down on the amount of 4-inch pipe that's feeding the homemade easy pod. Then it also gives me room to get another 80 litre bin and put it there, so I can go homemade easy pod, active K1, pump, UV, out to the shower, which isn't complete yet either, but we'll go on to that in a minute. Yeah, so that's your skimmer line, and in doing that will create me room to move here. So I will then move this biochamber closer to here, so I can then drop the easy pod down and gravity feed whatever this turns out to be. And there's only about 8 inches of water down there in the central point. So yeah, this floor's got to come out as well. Yeah, and as you can see, I recycled whatever I could get my hands on, so it might actually take me a little while to get this rebuilt, because I want to square it off, so to speak. You know, where I am here, where it goes out like that, maybe sort of like bring it in by 6 inches, but then square it off out, so it gives me a little bit more room in this area here, especially with putting the homemade easy pod there. Makes sense. I've also decided that on the rebuild of this tank, I'm not going to put these triangles in, and the reason for that is I'm not even going to attempt to try and fiberglass in this shed. Not unless I had a fucking S10 respirator. And that's a military respirator, if anyone don't know. Yeah, because the windows are fixed. There's a very small door. There's no extraction fans, and it's a very small space. So yeah, I really do not think that fiberglassing is going to be my best option. So my plan of attack is if I can make it as truly square and rectangle as possible, and then I will just get hold of someone. I think who did Gary recommend? Come on, Vincent, think. Kirky's Koi? Sure, he said go to Kirky's Koi and get a box weld liner instead. That would make life so much simpler. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. I really don't, because there is another layer underneath that wall, and then there's a layer behind that, and then you've got a load of expanding foam and stuff in between. I dread to think what it's going to look like. But yeah, I'm going to be looking at maybe a slab floor of some kind, or some tiles or something, because a lot of this here is from where I've been netting fish up in here, socking them, dragging the sock through, putting them into a bowl. So with that in mind, I need to put something down that water is not going to destroy like that. Maybe if I'd have used brand new timber, it wouldn't be like that so badly so quickly, but hey ho, live and learn. Well, there you go, look, they've finished that already, the gutsy kits. I've got my new lily hanger up and running. I've also got some of my mate Baz's lily in there as well. Hi Baz. So yeah, these piggies are hungry. I don't even know what temperature is. I haven't checked for a couple of days. Let's have a look. .3 unheated. Let's have a look what the toaster tank is. 17.6. Yes, oh, just out of interest, let's shoot through here. And to round it all off, look, make these go fucking running. There you go. Front pond is sitting at 18. So yeah, there you go. Friday waffling and a catch up of what's going on. Me, my friends, we will catch you on the next one.